Alright everybody, what is going on? How you all doing? And every week it is like Christmas when you get a new episode of Death Parade, and in this form it came in Death Parade episode 8, and it was awesome. Again, I'm going to spend another couple seconds at the beginning of this video telling you guys to go watch this show if you have not watched it already. This anime is awesome. I absolutely love it. And this week's episode was particularly awesome. This episode was set up for pretty much a two-parter, and this episode was the ideal episode for pretty much a two-part story, which is awesome. But this time around, it's a little bit different. We're going back more to the roots of Death Parade. It's getting a little bit darker. It's getting a little bit more crazy because this time around we have new... I don't even really know what to call them. I mean, I don't want to call them contestants. I don't want to call them participants. I don't even know. But our two new guests into the bar. I don't even want to call them guests, but that's what I'm going to call them because I don't know what else to call them. But the two new guests in the bar this time around who are going to be competing against each other. It turns out that one of them appears to be a murderer, which is actually pretty interesting. And when they find this out, Deckham he has to make a call to the higher ups saying, one of these guys is a murderer, and I don't have the experience to be dealing with this type of stuff. And she's like, no, you got this, you're good. And that's pretty crazy because you got to think, in this show they're trying to bring out the deepest, darkest parts of people. And if you try to bring out the deepest, darkest part of a murderer, I mean, there's got to be some pretty dark, fucked up parts in that. But this episode is actually pretty cool. We get to see two of the characters. We get to see two new visitors to the bar this time around. One is a younger guy in his younger 20s, and the other one is a detective who's a much older, gruff-looking gentleman. Kind of looks like one of the characters in Parasite, but beside the point. But this time around, they get to play air hockey, which honestly I wasn't expecting this game to. I wasn't expecting air hockey to be in this. I don't know why. I mean, if fucking Twister was in it, I don't see why air hockey wouldn't be in it. But anyway, they're playing air hockey, and it's kind of along the lines of the dart game, where each air hockey puck has a organ and whatnot on it, like the eye, heart, stuff like that. And it's actually pretty cool. It starts out as a regular game of air hockey. You know, they're just playing against each other, and we get this episode really concentrated on the visitors or the participants, whatever you want to call them. Really concentrated on them going into their past a little bit. And of course, as they're playing air hockey and they get scores, it uncovers some of their memories. You get to see the memories start out pretty happy. You get to see the younger gentleman who apparently lost his parents, but he still has a sister, and they seem to have a really good relationship. You see the detective. He seems to have a really nice life in general. At least up front, it looks like he has a pretty nice life. He has a nice wife who seems like a really nice and caring lady. And of course, they get to play it again, and then some more fucked up memories start popping up. We get to see one point where the detective, he seems to be having a little bit of problems at work, and his wife gets murdered. And we see the other guy, his sister, ended up getting assaulted and really injured. And they pretty much show that both these people, this is where the game really starts, because at this point too much time has passed in the game, and that's when we get to the second phase of the air hockey. Because at first it just starts out as normal air hockey, and then it kind of gets to the point where it evolves, and then when you score a puck with like if it has an eye on it, you score it, it's gonna cause an immense pain into that person's eye. So it kind of, air hockey seems to evolve. It starts out regular, and then it starts interacting with like the organs on the pucks and stuff like that. So which was pretty fucked. They never mentioned a time limit. There's like, then Deckham just comes out and like, oh yeah, there was a time limit, so now we're gonna be pushing it up a little bit, which is kind of fucked up. But overall, really good, really cool. And then we both start to see them get a little bit serious because they have to get out of this bar. They have to go on to complete what they initially intended to do, and then that's kind of where the episode ends. It's this is a two-part section where in this one, we're really learning about the characters, the participants in this game. We're really learning quite a bit about them, and we get to see how they are going about in a more rational thought mind, in a more rational mindset to go about doing this, and pretty much doing what they have to in the situation that they're in. And it was overall really good. And then things start ramping up at the end of the episode. But what is actually pretty cool is the assistant. She wants to see their memories. She wants to see the memories of these killers. And it's actually pretty cool if you watch past the credits, which I highly recommend you do so in Death Parade. After the credits, we see that she sees their memories. They get sent down to her, which is actually pretty interesting. All he has to do is make a phone call, and they can just send her their memories. I want to know how that works. But overall, I wish I could do that. Just like, yo, hey, give me this guy's memories. But and then she gets these memories, and she just falls flat on her ass. Like, the memories of a murderer must be crazy, because she falls on her ass, and it turns out both of them are murderers. Not just one, but both of them. So I'm pretty interested to see the events that are going to unfold with these two characters in the next episode. I think it's going to be really awesome. I overall really like this episode. Really good. I want to give it about an 8.5. Really good setup for a really cool I really like the story between the two characters and how it brings in some murderers into the whole aspect, because before it was mainly people who kind of died on accident or stuff like that, but this time we actually have murderers. So that's pretty interesting. It's kind of like a murder mystery type. I got a murder mystery feel from this whole episode, and I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. So just the characters, really concentrating on the characters and their backstory, a lot of character development, and bring in the whole concept of them having to deal with murderers now is pretty cool. I really liked it. Gonna give this episode about an 8.5. I thought it was really good. Definitely excited to see what they're gonna be doing in the next episode. But thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you guys liked what I had to say, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys thought I missed anything, also let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys like this video, if you could give it a like, I would very much appreciate it. And thank you all so much for the love and support you've given this year, 2015. I can't thank you all enough. It's been a fantastic year so far. Looking forward to the rest of it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. I am out.